Hey there, happy Friday, everyone. We made it through another work week, and it is Friday night watch talk, and I am joined by my friend Wolfgang, who is in Vegas, baby, Vegas. I'm in a different room, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But Wolfie, how is it? It looks sunny back there. Is it? How's
Mm,
the weather?
still is. What beautiful day. Beautiful. No
Yeah,
wind, not too hot. Probably 80, 81, 82.
yeah,
Couldn't
yeah.
ask for better weather. Not too
Excellent.
busy. Kind of spring break seems to be on the way out. So it's
Oh,
still kind of people are here, but it's not too crazy.
yeah. Hey, Amin. Um,
Cool.
it got to like 85 here today.
Oh
And
wow.
that's crazy. Yeah, yeah. The last couple days, it went from like mid 50s to 80, and then now it's gonna cool down a little bit, and then it's gonna get back to the 50s on Monday and Tuesday, and then come back up. But it's been warm. It's been warm, and my daughter's room gets the most sunlight, and so like I was with her reading her books for bed, and it's. I mean, it's gonna cool down overnight, but it was hot in there. Um, what do you got on wrist tonight, Wolfie?
Geo is back from
Oh,
It's back.
service.
yeah.
Beauty.
It's
That
back.
is, and that's a panel reserve, right? On
Yeah,
rose
it
gold.
was it. Yeah, yeah. Rose gold.
Man, that is the like if that's the watch to get in Geo,
Yeah,
and
I am super happy with it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean that. I'm also a big fan of the rose gold and the black dial, and I love that watch, and that um, model in particular, the panel reserve, and with the big date there. So for me, I've shifted with the Geo in like the watch that if I was gonna break my bust my Geo cherry with, I mean that's and if I had if I had the means, that would be the one. That would definitely be the one to get. So
Cheap on
great.
pre-owned, for what I
Oh
think
yeah,
Dip found one not too long ago, right?
yeah,
For maybe 11,
yeah,
12.
yeah. I mean it's crazy. I think like there was
Crazy.
one on Toppers that was sitting on for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And I mean, I
Maybe.
don't know what the condition was, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like in the 90s. I think it was like maybe like high 80s
Yeah.
percentage wise, whatever percentage, which is still pretty good shape.
Yeah, you
You
can
know what I mean?
polish it once and it looks brand new.
Absolutely. But that's what you can do with gold, right? That's the advantage
Yeah,
of
you
gold.
full
But no, that's
polish,
a
brand new.
yeah. But I mean, great watch. Good that it's back from service, and hopefully you have a nice stretch
Yeah,
with it.
we'll see how it's running now if everything is fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure
Amin,
it's gonna be great. Yeah.
yeah,
Love
Amin.
to watch.
What is up, man?
Hey, not much. Happy
Yeah.
Friday.
Happy Friday. Big week, right? Big week, maybe?
Big
I
week.
don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Big
Yes.
watch week.
Well,
The
yeah, I
biggest,
want to make sure he
biggest
wants to
ever.
talk about it. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh, okay. I take it back. Wasn't boring. Doesn't
yeah, it was
happen.
terrible. It was
Yeah.
a terrible week.
No, I
Terrible.
get a big watch week. I got a
Ooh,
rose
that's
gold and black watch, like same colors as Wolfie today.
oof, that's the air work. Oh man.
It's my
Congratulations.
new watch. Thank you.
Now it you had to sacrifice some, right?
I traded 6 watches for this watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's like the beauty of building like a watch equity, right?
Watch equity. Yep. It's true.
Over time, over
Yep.
years,
Yep.
it's not like you
Yep.
did this overnight per se and just added that to your collection.
Yep. Yep.
You had years and years of building a collection, getting to a point where you were comfortable
Yeah.
um, with trimming it by six and doing that trade,
Yep. Yep.
and you spent good time with those watches, right? I mean, those
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
watches.
I got a lot of enjoyment out of some of those watches. Yeah. Like
Do you want to recount for the chat which watches or?
I traded my the hardest one to trade to let go of was the Breguet Marine.
Hmm,
I have had that watch I think since 2018.
yeah.
Originally I traded a Submariner date, the ceramic super case one for that Breguet Marine. Enjoyed it for 5 years. traded a Parmigiani Fleurier that I've had for a few years now.
Mm-hmm.
Traded Chrono Swiss, Flying Regulator, the Citizen,
Mm.
super accuracy quartz, high accuracy quartz. I can't keep these straight. And then 2 Omegas, Planet Ocean, and a annual calendar.
Yeah.
The annual calendar. Joe said the annual calendar spent more time in shipping than it spent with me
Yeah.
after I got it. And 2 Omegas. I think that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
6 watches. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was, and I think it was a good trade. Rick says good trade. Thanks, Rick. I think it was. I'm happy with the trade.
Yeah. And you've had that work. I mean, you were eyeing that. That was on your radar
I think
for a long time.
since I've known you guys, I've at least occasionally
Yeah.
mentioned.
Yeah. Absolutely. Um. Well, well, congratulations,
Thank
and
you.
it's a big week. I got said citizen. I actually
The
bought
birthday citizen.
birthday citizen.
Yeah,
Um. Love it. Love it. I'm in.
awesome.
I'm taking over. This is. I just want to explain real quick where I am. I'm still in my house. This is the den that after the kids were well, you know, after my daughter was born, we made into a playroom, and the living room is back there, and the dining room is over here, and that's where like I was working. I was working because I work remotely on the dining room table for the last 4 or 5 years that I've been here and knowing that this day will come eventually that I was going to come in here and like I just had it. I just had it the last couple weeks, and I wanted it back. We got this little desk from the thrift store, and but I still have some. Well, I don't know how to do this. Right there. This is like a little kitchen set for the kids to play. It's gone. It's out. It's out.
It's on the way
Facebook
out.
Facebook Marketplace,
Nice.
and you can't see because I'm above, but there's a bunch of toys out because a long time ago there was a garbage problem in the New York subways, right? And how they got rid of it was they got rid of the garbage cans, which is like, wait, why are you gonna get rid of the garbage cans? But
Mm,
it worked. You
mm.
know what I mean? For like the longest time, I don't know how it is now. I haven't been in the subway in a while, but for the longest time, I mean, like no garbage in the subways. So we have a toy problem, right? There's too many toys. And how do we take care of it? We get rid of the toys. We get rid of the playroom. So it's mine, and it's going to be new set of Bobby Lake Studios. Look, the picture of the kids
Yeah.
of the kids that'll stay. I'm going to
Okay.
keep that.
I
I'm
thought
gonna,
you were gonna be heartless there and say
no, no, no,
gone. Yeah.
no, no. My big melon is just going to cover it, but
At one
most
point,
times,
we had 3 of those kitchen
Did
mini
you-
kitchens
yeah,
in the same room,
yeah,
and then we
but
just worked on Isabella. Like, okay, you got to get
yeah,
2 kitchens. All right, you got to get to one.
down to one kitchen. But I mean, it has like all like the little fake food,
Yeah, yeah,
and my
yeah.
daughter's like, oh, here's breakfast,
They
and I'm
love
like,
that.
ah, yeah, they love doing that. But you know what? It's out, gone, gone. Okay, let's say hello to the chat. Wolfie's favorite part of the show, and then we're gonna get
More so,
talk
keep the
talk.
easy bake oven.
Yeah, keep it right. Chaz is here. How you doing, Chaz? Um, Kevin S, what's up? Bruno, hey, how you doing? Um, Marcy Darcy. I wonder who this is. Marcy. Uh,
Number one dib fan.
number one sympathy for the bezel is here. Hey, Marcel, good to see you. Wearing his Tudor Pepsi White Doll. Very nice. Got a new one there. Nice. Stefan is here. How you doing, Stefan? Caliber is here. How you doing? Peter C. What's going on? Young Excellency here. Mr. Casio. Um, Wolfgang needs to get his Screen Actors Guild card. Yeah? Oh, what does Marcy have to say here? I see everyone on the panel dressed up for tonight. Oh, ho, ho. Marcy, if this is how you're gonna be.
I have like a skull T-shirt on.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm wearing my
that's pretty
Slayer
stylish.
t-shirt.
It's
I'm
pretty
wearing
stylish.
my biggest regrets, can we include Xbox? It's watch. So the topic tonight, and I'm gonna finish the saying hello to chat, is your biggest watch buying or selling regret. Let's narrow it down. If you have a couple, that's great. But even chat, please participate. Love to hear what you have to say. We're gonna get to that very, very soon. I have a bunch of regrets, but I'm gonna try to narrow it down to one or two. Um, Wei Ben's here. How you doing, Rob? Mountain Standard Time. How are you? Good to see you. Rick is wearing his Chapek Antarctique. Um, hey, Thomas Burnett's here. How you doing, Thomas? Um, Bobby is here. Amin is putting up Giannis numbers this year, while Bubbles is Russell
Uh,
Westbrook. Tisk tisk.
so
Wow.
rude.
So rude.
I don't know what that means. It's
Yeah.
official.
Especially
Mean.
since I'm
I
not
don't know
gonna
who
do
this
that.
Russell Westbrook person is.
Yeah, but
I
we
don't
know
know
who
who this.
Bubbles is, right?
I don't know who the Bubbles person is. He's the
Yeah,
first.
yeah, sure,
Russell
sure.
Westbrook was MVP, most valuable player of the NBA, who is not putting up the same numbers that he used to put up.
Yeah.
So he's saying you got
I
to
was
step it up, Wolfie.
I was never the MVP in this group. That's
I've never been
Close.
near MVP either.
Yeah,
You've been close, Wolfie.
you got some first place votes. Deech is here. Hey Deech, how's it going? Yeah, Marcel, keep the easy big button for sure. Um, it could be my watch display area. Oh, yeah. You think I could have like a little dedicated area for my watches? That's not a bad idea. Uh, Still garbage in the subway above. Yeah, I mean, yes. Yeah, I mean, it also depends on the station, right? But it used to be a whole lot worse. It used to be a whole lot. I mean, like the garbage cans would be full and like garbage, like, you know, all around it, all around the can because I guess they weren't cleaning it up fast enough. I don't know. Um, Mayor, oh, there's Dib. Wait, how is he? Is Dib? What? How is Dib? I thought Dib is supposed to be on a plane right now. Um,
gotta be.
Joey B, Planet Ocean, unless he's able to watch us in flight. Um, Kevin asks, is Isabella part Italian? Multiple Kitchens is so Italian.
She might be.
JJ Junior Johnson, how you doing, sir? Dominic C, good evening. Becker on wrist, very nice.
Nice.
Hey, Nerio, what's going on? What's happening? Marcy, I agree. Roller sucks except a Pepsi for my sweet honey bowl dip.
Dib needs a Pepsi. We
He
got to make
does.
this happen.
He
Dib
does.
needs a Pepsi.
We gotta create like some social media like kind of like storm to get this happening.
Yeah,
You are our MVP, Wolfie. That's sweet. I mean, he is. He really is.
it's true.
I
It's actually the truth.
yeah. Um. Uh. He won't get it. Dib won't Uh, Ken is wearing his Lake
Uh,
Laco Type B. The big wrist is here. Steve is
Steve is
coming. It's been a while since we done Indian pickup, like a
yeah.
few weeks. Usually we do it like every week or every 2 weeks, but I think we're gonna have to get honey balls this time. Um, okay, so I wanted to talk about I was having a conversation with my friend Keith, who's I don't know if he's here tonight. But we were talking about this watch actually in particular, the Citizen, and I used to have this practically the same watch. The only difference was that the dial was different, right? It was a blue dial,
Mm,
and I was talking about how much I regret selling that watch, but happy to pick up this one. Very
mm,
happy to pick up this one, right? And so we got to talking. I don't know how. I mean, the conversation happened organically. I don't know if he asked me if there was a watch, one watch that I regretted selling or not, or how it came up. But it came up, right? And I knew exactly what watch for me was one of my biggest regrets selling. And let me share on screen, and that is this watch right here, and that
mm.
is the Kotoki 2. I had this watch probably a year and a half ago. I bought it from our good friend Joe because most of us didn't know at the time. It was a secret, but he was working with Stefan to get to develop basically a bespoke watch, right? A bespoke dial, anyway, right? On the Kadoki 2. And so he was willing to sell it to me, and I was very grateful to that because it was a watch that I wanted. I wanted. Now I wasn't targeting the pink or the salmon dial, but yeah, I know. Sorry, Joe. You're absolutely right. Um, but but he had this, and he was like, listen, he's like, and I thought, like, because pricing had been going up and increasing on this particular model. I was like, did I miss the window? And so I was able to buy this watch off of Joe. Not my top choice with the dial, but still I loved it anyway, and I really enjoyed having it. I mean, the it's not perfect by any means. But it has it's I feel like it was unique enough and good looking, very good looking piece. Very impressed with it in person. The case was okay. I was hoping. I mean, it's a little bit thick actually, which is not a problem. But in regards to the other specs, the lug to lug and the case diameter, it just looked a little bit thicker than it maybe should have. But it wasn't necessarily a deal breaker at all. But I sold it, and I sold it for a very good reason, and I've regretted it ever since. And I don't think I can get this watch back because some of the pricing on these models are way above my comfort zone at the moment. To spend. So yeah, special watch. Let's look at the chat here. Bobby Legs could go ahead and list all the German watches that he has regrets. Sure, yeah. Rob, that Kadoki 2 is just too much salmon. There are better varieties available, and they trade for reasonable prices. Yeah, I mean, if I get this watch again, Rick, I probably will not go salmon. Although I really did love the salmon once I had it in hand. But I'd probably go black dial, um, maybe white. But definitely wouldn't go salmon again. But this watch, I definitely missed this watch. Um, Time Hell regrets. Well, yes, I spend most of my money on watches. The rest I just wasted. uh, Marcy was the Kadoki group thick. No, was it? Marcy, do we have a guess who really Marcy's here? I mean, I know who. I think I know who it is. Anyway, maybe we can at the end of the stream,
Somebody who
Wolfgang.
likes to rhyme.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Somebody who does like to write. Yeah, misses the evening watch. Um, Amin, is there? You've sold
Yeah.
some traded some watches recently.
Yeah, I've traded a lot of watches in my time enjoying watches, and I think I kind of like to have the Toxic UN back. That's sort
Mm.
of that's my one that got away. The
Now, what did you trade that? You traded that for something, right? Or no?
I traded so that I can track the lineage of that watch. I traded a pre-ceramic Pepsi and a Arnold and Son HMS1 for the Toxic UN. And then I traded the Toxic UN. Oh, can't believe this.
Senior moment.
Traded the Toxic UN for the Big Ingenieur.
Mm.
And then I traded the Big Ingenieur and the Octo for the Sarpaneva.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with the Sarpaneva, but I'd like to have that Toxic UN back.
Has that sold?
The dealer who I sold it to
Yeah.
still has it for sale.
Yeah.
It's a lot higher than the trade value I got for it.
Hmm.
They're selling it for like 13,
Yeah.
which is a great price for that watch. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty much what Federico Del Rey had it listed for when I got it, 13, 14. Yeah, yeah, I like that watch a lot still.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a historically important watch,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I was watching a Esperlux video the other day where they were saying that the MB&F Perpetual was the first user-friendly perpetual made to be like user-proof, where they couldn't break it. And that's not true. It was the Toxic UN, the exact one that I got. That was the
Yeah.
first one that could be set forwards or backwards, and a user can't mess it up.
Did you correct them?
I did not correct them.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a YouTube video. I couldn't
Yeah.
correct them. Yeah,
Well, the comments, right?
in the comments. Yeah.
Could have been, oh no. Wolfie, I know you don't sell watches, or
I
I
sold
mean,
a few,
you sold a
over
few.
the years. Yeah, a few.
So, but out of the ones that you've sold, any regrets?
No,
No. Okay.
no,
Well, then
no.
let me flip it around then.
No regrets, but he did sell chronographs, and he is now on a chronograph kick. So
No.
he's come full circle, even
Nope,
though
no,
he says he
no,
doesn't regret selling those chronographs.
Also, let's not forget John Mayer cake too.
Yep.
Um,
no, no.
Yep.
So
Can you
let's flip that.
imagine
Yeah.
last year that we would be saying that our friend Wolfgang is about getting his second mayor and is a chronograph guy? It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. I
I'm
Yeah.
never
not a
would have thought.
chronograph guy. Unfortunately, the mayor situation is as described, but it's not a good situation.
He's on the cusp of
Very
completing.
regretful.
He's on the cusp of completing that John Mayer G-Shock
Yeah.
collection. My only wish. Well, I have two. That somehow, some way, a little magic fairy leaves you with the first edition of that collaboration. Is that we have a yearly collaboration piece every year going forward.
What?
That's my second wish, that we keep on having, like, they keep on coming out with collaborations, different colors with John Mayer.
No,
That'd be
I was told that's not happening.
The finger comes out.
I was told for certain that it's over. There's not gonna be more John Mayers.
Who told you this?
Some important figures in the watch industry that should know.
I think that's fake news. I don't believe you for a second. But look, let's flip this around. Let's flip it around. Okay. Has there been a watch that you've bought that you've regretted?
Not really.
Hmm.
The kind of like the only regrets really that I have. I mean, I still have it's been a few years now, so I have some watches that I would not buy now.
Mm,
I still like them, that's why I haven't sold them.
yeah.
But you kind of
Grow out of them.
not even that I grow out of them, but as the collection grows, they don't make as much sense anymore.
Mm,
So I wouldn't buy them again now. But I wouldn't say that's I regret buying. I still like them. At the time, I liked them a lot.
yeah.
So it's just that taste evolve a little, the collection gets bigger. So there's some pieces that I wouldn't add now.
Yeah. Can you give us an example? I mean, you don't have to give us all of them, but like one watch in
Probably-
particular.
I'm not sure. Like if I would buy I have 2 sector dial Longines.
Mm,
So I don't know if I would buy both. I still wear them,
Yeah.
on and off, but I probably wouldn't buy both. Especially I don't even know which one I like better. I probably like having one of them.
Wolfie,
But
I haven't seen you wear the gold 50 fathoms in a long time.
I wear them when I'm here.
You wear,
here,
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
rotate.
It's
through
an
them.
awesome watch. I just
Yeah,
haven't seen a
I
wrist shot
still-
lately.
I still like that one a lot.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I mean,
That's-
I've seen you post pictures of you in that Seiko Patty that you have when you go to the pool.
yeah. That was one of the that's probably 5 years old now.
Yeah.
I use it for I just want to go to the gym or shooting range or whatever.
Yeah.
I like that one. I don't want to it's not a lot of money anyway.
Yeah.
The biggest
Uh,
regrets, really, if you think in regrets, is more like, but it's it's I don't have a time machine. I had a chance to buy, you guys probably too, way back. I don't know. I was kind of into watches 20 years ago. So I looked at magazines, I went to ADs here and there, maybe, to change a battery or, uh, I remember being at ADs, especially close to where I live someday. And, they had like, you could have bought an AP diver, remember those
mm,
ceramic
hmm.
carbon, they were just in the store,
Yeah.
probably they were cheap retail price compared to what they're now.
Yeah.
They probably would have discounted them. Same with, that was the time when all the engineers were out there, the one that Armin had, the big engineers, the carbon,
Mm,
the AMGs, the all of these were there.
yeah.
You could just, low retail price at the time, discounted heavily, but I didn't really have the budget. I liked them, but I thought, oh my God, that's so much money. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So thinking back to
Mm,
what could have happened if I started way sooner, even slowly with limited budget,
yeah.
you could have picked up some. I mean, if you look back from now, I mean, you could have
Yeah. Yeah.
had
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Well, that's an interesting thought. Let me read here. Sympathy for Bezel selling his Pelagos because some unknown on the web said it looked too big on him. He probably felt that it had the market cornered on men's style just because Don Draper with a cigarette on his avatar. Um, so that's an interesting point to bring up. Like the missed opportunity. I mean, we didn't know we were missing it at the time because we don't have a crystal ball. We don't have a time machine now. But I remember. I mean, that just what you're saying just jostles some memory. I remember maybe about 15, 16 years ago. Really, the only online um, dealer that. I mean, maybe there were some other ones. I mean, I think there were some other ones, but I mean, Joma Shop was one of the first, right? And and I remember seeing Royal Oaks on Yoma Shop for like 10 grand, right? So I mean, like at the time, expensive watch, but like available, available on Yoma Shop. You know what I mean? And so like when you think about it now, I mean, those watches are just the pricing on those particular watches are just like two 3x, right? I mean, like so. Yeah, I mean, I could have gotten one, and I remember looking at them, and I'm like, I like the way that looks. Like I didn't really know much about them. I didn't know the history at the time. I mean, like again, this was like 2007, 2008. Um, but I know AP was a brand and a reputable brand, a high horology brand, and I knew that Schwarzenegger wore AP, right? I mean, like and I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I dig this. I like the shape. Um, and they were there. They were there. 10 grand, 9, 10 grand. Um, but Amin, to Wolfgang's point, looking back, were there any missed opportunities?
I mean, I still wouldn't have the money, but well, for some of it I would. But about 5 years ago, you could, a Lunga one was like 18.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, Moser Perpetual Calendar was like 18. Um, an MB&F LM101 was like 35. I'm talking pre-owned watch box
Mm-hmm.
prices.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Gerard Perregaux, Three Golden Bridges Tourbillon was like 35.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you could get De Bethune watches for a lot less than you can get them right now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, some of those things I could potentially have afforded, and some of them I couldn't. But they were definitely buying opportunities, and some that were a little bit out of reach back then, or a lot out of reach right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah.
just, but these things happen, and it was some of those memories was why I made this trade now for this watch that I got today, because not saying it's going to shoot up or anything like that, but it felt like could get away. There,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I
yeah,
get that.
little FOMO.
Marceau saying, I sold my Hulk in 2018. I don't regret selling it, but if I had it in 2020, could have sold for a bunch more. Yeah. Um, Amin almost got the Wolfie finger.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
he
came
was
out.
wagging it.
You start wagging it.
You started wagging it. Yep. Um, Paul saying, "No, John Mayer. My grandmother loves him." Um, Seamaster Chrono. Don't you have a Seamaster Chrono,
What happened?
Wolfie? Didn't you have a Seamaster Chrono or no?
I think my connection has a problem, but
Oh,
I had a Seamaster Chrono.
okay. Um, Rick saying, "Agree, Wolfgang. There are watches I have. I wouldn't buy again, but I still like them." Um, Big Risk saying 20 plus years ago, I was happy to spend all my money on photography gear and high end printers. Um, DJ said, I often think about how much I would regret selling a particular piece and then I never sell it because of that. But overall, I think it's hard to be a collector and not move pieces around. Yeah, well said, Deech, for sure. Um, Kevin S., I should have bought that Comex sub. Oh, wow. Who knew when I was
I don't know what that is, but I think I get it.
Isn't it like a Comex branded
Yeah,
sub?
yeah.
Yeah. And I guess like they go for ridiculous of money now, right? And so Kevin is saying that if you knew then, but
Yeah,
he
I
was eight.
mean, sure, that you can say, yeah, we should come back to financial crisis and picked up all the Nautiluses for 30% off. But
Yeah.
that's just make money,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like regretting thinking back, like if you would have started collecting, let's
Mm-hmm.
say around 2007,
Yeah.
8, slowly, that
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have been as much fun because there was no, no you guys and no social media and all that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you
And
could have picked up a lot of experience, a lot of pieces, if you
mm-hmm.
kept them. It's a nice thought experiment.
Yeah, but look, I know I brought up the Royal Oak only because I liked that watch, at that
Now
time.
you can get it,
And now
and
you now and yeah, if I had obsessed about it like I did with the Submariner, I mean, it was hard enough getting the Submariner. You know what I mean? Um, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, uh, now it's just almost impossible. Getting that Royal Oak. I mean, you could buy it in a secondary, but you're gonna pay for it. You know what I mean? So yes, I understand your argument. Yeah, we ought to have bought Nautiluses, but I mean, like I never was interested really in a Nautilus. Um, until recently when I saw the couple of Nautilus um, not Nautilus but the other one. Anyway, but the AP was something that I thought was really really good looking, and man, anyway, moving on. What do you guys say? And chat, please, let us know if you still have any regrets. What do you say we talk about new releases? If there are any. Let's take a look. Oh, Bobby's saying I see a lot of regrets mentioned on the chat. Is the financial benefit that was missed from selling a piece, understandably, in this economy, but watches are not stocks. Okay, Bob, we get it. We're just playing. Um, hey Hans, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Um,
Yeah, those ones that I mentioned from 5 years ago, it's not so I could sell them for the money. It's
yeah.
just those are watches I like a
yeah.
lot. And
What the availability to it,
yeah,
like there were
yeah,
different times you could have just picked them
yeah,
up, whatever you wanted,
yeah,
even at discounts. Now it's like so many brands like
yeah.
waitlisted and
Mm. This is another watch that I wish I never got rid of. U50. But I mean, I got rid of it for a good reason. I was consolidating to buy the sub at the time.
Mm.
Um, just some really great pieces here. This one not so much. Um,
my
anyway,
God, that's hideous. What the hell?
yeah. Let's see here.
The hideous one, another one.
Another one. Another one. Yeah, Black Bay 58. I missed that watch. Again, another casualty to getting the sub. Um, yeah, some pieces that I definitely do miss, for sure. Okay, let's hit up monochrome. Okay, take a look at some of the new watches that are out there. Um, we got a Grand Seiko Hotaka Peaks. Wolf, you're a big Grand Seiko guy now. What do you think about this one? Is this
Yeah, I
something?
like it. Was that in Watches and Wonders? One of the Watches and Wonders releases, probably.
Yeah. I mean, I don't recall. I don't think
I
we
don't
spent too much
remember.
time on Grand Seiko in Watches and Wonders. So if it
Maybe
was,
it was
we
in
missed
there.
it.
Maybe I like it.
Yeah. I mean,
Not,
nice
not a
texture
buyer,
on the
but
dial. Yeah. Um, Hotaka Peaks. I guess that's a mountain. I don't know. Dib's the expert. Hopefully Dib could chime in. Yeah, I mean, 6,600 euro. I mean, that's
it's
not
not bad.
too bad, right? Comparing it to other Grand Seikos that I've seen.
Than I thought it'd be.
Yeah. Oh no, it's available July 1st, but it still may have came out. I'm sure uh, Kevin will have some say. John saying what's interesting is how the market explosion created demand for watches that sucked before, like the Rolex Air King and many others. Ooh, yeah. John Mayer Paraphernalia for our Australian Wolf.
I mean, sentiment is a fickle thing, right? I mean, don't people say that Daytona was, unpopular, unwanted at one point in time, and now it's
Yeah. Now it's like unobtainable.
craziest unobtainable hype watch.
Yeah.
I love
Um,
the
uh,
green on this watch, just that color. Yeah,
yeah, and it seems like they've carried it over to the top part of the bezel too.
yeah,
Yeah, I like it. I
mm,
do like it.
It's a good price. Dip
Yeah.
says
mm,
6,200.
yeah,
Is that spring drive?
yep,
Spring Price Drive
Yeah,
GMT. Yeah.
very, very good proposition. Get 10% off.
for sure.
Good watch.
Marceau saying these are great GS watches. I had the SBGE 245 version. It is really nice.
I think Dip should pick that one up. Saves me $100. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yep, it's got
Okay.
dib written all over it. A little big for dib,
Yeah,
a little
I
too
can do
thick
it.
for dib.
Little too thick. Yeah. For a little,
It's
a
got
little.
it's got a lug to lug 58.8 millimeters. I think that dib might be a little sore with that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
44 millimeter case. That's pushing it for
Yeah.
dib.
Um. So, okay. I feel like they've done this before. Has Davidson done something like this before,
Not
or
in
am I
that
just imagining?
color, but the, I think the watch existed,
Yeah.
not in that color combo.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. This is a tough one for me. Anyway, I kind of still like watches that look like watches. Do you know what I mean? And I appreciate the boom, right? I think they're make some great stuff, but this one's a little bit of a miss for me. What do you guys think?
I like the back. I like
Yeah.
I like watches that look like watches, don't look like watches, all kind of stuff. But this one is hard to look at. I find this one is like the big wrist says, UGLY.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Yeah, I support Tim Mosso to get this one. I think he really likes it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be hard to pull off even for him, but this thing is hideous. I mean,
hideous.
this is just absolutely ugly.
I
I
mean,
mean,
if you love it, to all more power to you. But it's
yeah.
100.
a
I mean,
it's it's rough.
I hope he gets it. If it's his dream watch or whatever, I hope he gets it for sure. But
Mm,
don't get it. I just no. I
yeah,
like a lot of DB, but this one is not one of them.
130 grand. I mean, it's limited to 13 pieces. Still a tough pill, right? Yikes. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. It's kind of slim pickings.
The Royal Oak there that's
Yep.
a killer chrono.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. So tell us what you like about this wolf.
Listen to this guy. Mr. Chrono.
Mr. Chrono.
No, but if you have eyes, you see how good this is. This was the old one. This is the new one. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
just gorgeous. I mean, everything about it is amazing. I think Wilson should get this one.
So, okay. So,
This has you written all over it, Wolfie.
Yeah.
No, it's a
Yeah.
chrono. I'm not a chrono person.
You're drawing over this. It's the
No,
look at it's the right size. The styling has you is
Are you
very much.
saying this is not
Wolfie.
gorgeous? I mean, look at it.
I like
Can
it.
anybody say this is not great?
Yeah.
It's very nice.
And then your fellow Austrian is featured
Yeah,
here.
I could do without that one, but
I tend to not like chronos too much. So this one, it's nice, but I don't have the same feelings that a chrono guy would have, like yourself.
I'm finding myself more attracted to Chronos. I like this one. Don't get me wrong, but I think there's a lot of other Chronos I think I'd rather have. But it's nice, and I think Wolfie, you should get it.
there is that in the line. I'm not too familiar with it, but I think the same size and the design and everything. There are even better color combos out there. This is probably limited, so even more money. So there are better options. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm taking it back. I think Wilson should get one of those, not this one.
Speaking of Wilson, no, I mean Marcy. Wolfgang's handle needs to be cigars and Chronos.
Yep, for sure.
By the way,
can we go to Watch Medicine?
Sure. I don't understand. Bubbles says he's not a chrono guy, but gushes over an AP chronograph. He says he's not a Mayer fan, but has 66% of the John Mayer G-Shocks out there. Hypocrite. Strong words.
First of all, who is this Bubbles person?
Could even be 67%, depending on your math.
Nailed.
Yep.
Nailed. And Hans is nailed. He says Bobby's nailed it.
Okay,
Marcel, you're looking, but
this is good.
Okay, this is good. What is this? I mean, it's limited to 500 pieces. What are we talking price wise here?
Yeah, I'm guessing 60.
60.
Yeah.
Black ceramic case.
Easy to do.
8 stainless steel screws. Okay. I mean, it's a good looking watch, for sure.
Can we talk about Simon Brett? So next row down.
Sure. Yeah.
I think this was such a fascinating, not only watch but story, because this guy who's a watchmaker, he made the movement, trying to decide whether to sell it to somebody or to, and his friends were like, no, you got to make your own watch. This, what I'm getting is from the Waco interview. So then he found like couple dozen people on Instagram who buy crazy watches from new watchmakers, and he just kind of pitched it to them, and he found 12 who wanted to buy the first 12 for 50 grand a pop, and then they've been tracking the development with him over the past year until he's ready to announce. The day he announces, 12 of the most kind of followed early in on indie Instagram people suddenly all shared how excited they are about it on the same day that Waco releases a video. And then this watch is every place I looked. You know what I mean? I couldn't turn on my phone without seeing it. I go to Facebook, this watch pops up. I go to Instagram, the top 10 posts, this watch. I go to YouTube, Waco's talking about this watch. I just think from a ground up kind of just never made a watch before marketing, I mean, it was unbelievable how well he did. And the watch is also, I think it's beautiful, but also his the way he did it, he found somebody who's like the best at making screws, so another person who's the best at making bridges, another person who makes bespoke dials, and like every single little piece of this he farmed out to somebody who's gonna finish it to the nth degree. And now he's booked for like the next 6 years, 12 watches a year. It's amazing story, I think.
Amazing. Yeah, yeah. I mean, what was his background? I mean, did he work for a watchmaker? Is he
He worked for several of the big companies,
okay?
which is several big name,
Yeah,
you know, watch either independent or main watchmakers.
yeah.
He has all the
So he's got the pedigree.
he's got all the pedigree,
Okay,
you know.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Uh,
he didn't make a lot of this watch, right?
mm,
He found bunch of people who are great at what they do
yeah.
and really really very promotes, kind of like Chapek does and like what MBNF does. He not just that he uses other people, but he gives full credit and really
Mm,
sings the praises of every single person who's involved,
hmm.
to share the all the limelight with them, which I think is unusual in Swiss watchmaking.
So what did he do? Do you know on this watch?
He designed the movement,
Mm,
and then I think he made, executive decisions. So
okay,
like, for
okay.
example, he asked the dial lady, what do you think you could do that would be interesting for a textured dial? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And
Hmm.
then she's like, I've got this idea. And so then he went with it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so he delegated, and but still had a hand in a lot of the choices.
Yeah, and for example, the screws. Well,
Mm,
he found somebody who's like amazing at finishing screws, and he said to
yeah.
them, "Do you think you could make screws where the whole top is concave, like a bowl, and perfectly black polished, right? Which is one of the most kind of distinctive features of this watch. You see
Hmm.
each one of those screws, how they're like a bowl,
Yeah.
um, and they were like, no, it can't be done. And then they came back and they were like, well, it can be done, but it'll take 1 hour per screw, right? And he's like, well,
He's like,
do it.
we'll do it.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
got to do it.
yeah,
Um, wow. Yeah, no, I mean, like, that's amazing. Look at this. I
yeah.
mean,
The finishing is unbelievable, and that
that
gold
dial.
dial is some sort
Mm,
of engraving process, and um, yeah. So he's going to do 12 in. I can never remember the name of the metal. 12 in one metal case for this year, in the next 12 months, and then he's going to do titanium 12 for the next year, and then a
mm,
different metal for the year after that. And apparently he's booked through 2028,
amazing.
possibly beyond. Yeah.
Detroit Spartan Wilson loves that GS you guys were talking about. Um, Pepe, these nuts. Bubbles is Michael Jackson's monkey. Yeah, that's true. I mean, is or was? I mean, um, I can't imagine Bubbles still being with us. Um, that's kind of true, Bubbles. I don't even know you anymore. Wolfgang equals Bubbles equals John Mayer lover. Oh, wagging it. Dikembe Mutombo. Dikembe Mutombo there.
I love the
Um,
finger.
Scott is saying I would have bought the Sim and Brett, but they were all sold out. Um, can't read it out at a glance. Can't buy it. Yep. Um, let's see here.
But there was an opportunity that first day or two that if you were willing to get to wait 6 years, like it was open to regular people. It wasn't just like, you know what I mean? Some of these watches you're completely shut out day one.
Hey, the Greek Amino. What's up, man? Good to see you. Blessed are the delegators, says Marcy. Um, Marcy, just how about you jump off the stream. We'll give you a pass and just get Dib that Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're spending too much time here. Um,
Can we go to
uh, wh-
XYZ? I trade a lot of the finishing for a better design.
where did I pass that? I
It was
think I
right
passed.
near
Oh,
Marcy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think I can understand this sentiment too, because you're paying 50 grand, and I feel like a lot of that is going into the finishing, a huge amount. And what people are excited about is the finishing. I don't know how many people are excited about this design. Do you guys
I
like this design?
I like it. I mean, it's different, and I think that's why I like it.
Mm. Wolf,
This
you like it?
Yeah, it's kind of cool looking, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice watch. What I don't really understand, but I don't know any of the details. What's the? I mean, how the hell are they making money? That's you can't make money on 12 for 50K if there's multiple people involved. So, and if the future is, like you say, to keep doing 12 a year, and if you stay at the price, you're never gonna make money to even to live. So you gotta have other jobs. It's not a real business. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like doesn't make sense financially. You're making 600K, spread it out, pay taxes, hours of work.
Yeah, I mean, but he's probably laying down the foundation, right? I mean, like, this is,
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised when Armin said that he heard the plan is to keep making 12 in different materials per year. That's not a business.
yeah.
He said he's definitely not going to make more than 100 of them. But you're right. If he does it for for 8 years, right? It's it's not a good plan. So
Well, I
you
mean,
maybe,
can even
that is to say he's only doing this. I mean, maybe he's
yeah,
doing other models on as
yeah,
well.
that's a different story then. If the plan is
Yeah.
to kind of use this as one model and build up
Hmm.
the company, then of course it's different.
Yeah. And I don't know if those, I mean, are those prices locked in for the next couple of years? I mean, I think if he was smart, he wouldn't be locking in a certain price per se.
yeah.
Maybe just take a deposit. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he has to. Maybe they do have to lock in a price. I don't know. Um,
He didn't say that the next 12 would be the same price, and he also
mhm.
never said he wouldn't make other watches. So it
Yeah,
could some flexibility
Yeah,
in there.
maybe that may
yeah.
so maybe there is a plan to build it up as a business.
Chaz regretting that he didn't learn to make high end screws. Yeah, me too, Chaz. I agree. Scott saying, "Yeah, I hear you, Amin. I want a J and Shapiro, but they are unobtainium. These independents, especially if you don't use social media like me, are harder to get than Rolex." Scott loves the design. Um, Bobby saying the watch is going to be the great gamma of the horology world. Yeah, for sure. Rolfie, you can make money off the t-shirts.
Which
Okay,
T-shirt?
I don't know. Rick says he likes it, but not for 4 or 5, 6 years wait. Maybe he does have a day job. That's day job. That's true. Paul saying my point is that I want something with less borrowed elements. It looks like a lot of other indies to me.
I,
Uh,
I kind of feel that
mm,
way. I see a lot of, I mean, not so many borrowed everything like we've been talking about. Everything borrows from other things,
mm-hmm.
but I don't know if it's. I think a lot of what's drawing people to choose this, to choose to wait 4 or 5 years for this instead of getting something else, is the finishing. And I just don't know if I feel like finishing should be like icing.
And I think also probably some of it is getting on the ground floor of the next hot
Mm.
watchmaker, right?
Yeah, some of it's speculating, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the 12 guys out of the gate, the more they somebody else made this point, the more they hype it, the more their initial quote unquote investment
Mm-hmm.
pays off. Even if they're not in it to make money, their investment in as people who love sharing their stuff on Instagram, their investment in having something hot is
Mm-hmm.
pays off.
Yeah, and then if you're waiting on a list until your number doesn't get called until 2028, and one of these guys decide to sell it next year,
Mm,
you may jump on it because you
mhm.
want it, right? And
Yep.
um, yeah, I mean, this one, it's we're talking about it. It's interesting how it's going to play out in the next couple of years, and hopefully, um, we'll be able to do that. Rick, not a fan of the line between the hour numerals, i.e., 4 or 5.
I
All
mean,
right.
just we're talking about it now.
Yeah.
Imagine if they make 12 a year. It's just, how do you even have people keep talking about you anymore with all the other stuff coming and going and releases and difficult road ahead.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
even think about the money. You're right, Wolfie. 600K a year when you're paying a bunch of people.
And
It's
taxes. I mean,
yeah,
cut. Depends on the country, but
yeah,
in Europe, bye bye 50%.
yeah,
It's, it's weird.
yeah,
hey, I'm going to bring this up here. This is
yeah,
a brand that you kind of were toying with the idea a year or two ago.
yeah. I put a deposit and I canceled it. Yep.
Now they're getting some play here
Mm,
with a collaboration with Revolution Watch, and
yep.
I'm sure Waco's touting them as the next greatest watch brand in the world that ever
Mm,
existed.
mm.
Um,
Who said that?
no, I don't know if Waco actually said that, but he hypes up everybody they do a collaboration with, i.e., Baltic. What do you think about this? I mean, like, do you think there's something here, Amin? I mean, not maybe okay, maybe not this particular, like, I'm not talking about maybe this specific watch, but do you think there's something here with this with Atelier when? Do you think it's going to go somewhere?
Well, I mean, just in terms of hand guilloche, engine turn guilloche, right? It's
Hmm.
it's the cheapest you can get, right? So there's a guy who's doing engine turning on the dial here, and it's like 30. This one's $3,400, and I think the first round they were less. And you try to find another, engine turn guilloche dial watch for that money, it's tough. Um, and I think it's nice looking. Yes, seagull movement. I believe it is. Or dandong movement actually. Some
Yeah.
yeah, dandong movement. Um, yeah, I can see still buying this. It just didn't make sense for me at the time or
Hmm.
now, but I think it's reasonable.
Yeah. I just for me the color is a little bit too much,
Yeah,
too out there, or too in the face. With the I don't know if it's like a red orange or blood orange,
yeah,
or red more on the red side. It's just too overpowering for me.
yeah,
Um, I'm not in love with the case.
yeah.
Um, Case back kind of looks cool. Um,
I mean, I don't love the whole this integrated steel sports watch in general.
mm,
So I kind of figured that out over the past couple of years. I thought I did, and I really don't. So,
yeah.
but for people who do, and this price point, want some handcraft,
Mm.
yeah, maybe not not everybody's gonna like the red, but
Yeah, I think and I get it. I mean, like, you have Guilloche here.
mm,
I think I'd rather take a PRX.
mm, mm, mm. I think a PRX is better looking.
Yeah. Um, Two Crimson. I think that's football related for Chaz. Pacific Trail likes the design. Next is a Forlon Mari face turquoise covering eyes. I think that's the emoji, but I don't see the emoji. I just see a verbal representation on StreamYard. Okay, my dong moves like the women. Okay, thanks, man. Um, Look, another integrated bracelet with octagonal case design. How original.
He got you there.
He totally got me. New Revolution collaboration with Bernie Lomax, newest and hottest watchmaker on the scene. Uh, I am a fan of most Revolution Watch collabs. Lauren Ferrier, the PF on that are great. Yeah, there are some nice ones, right? I mean, even the first Handheart 417 that they came out with, I really liked the bronze. Singapore Red Pacific Trails calling it. Okay. Um, Red G, is this the China Love Me edition? Okay. Could be. Kind of a rising sun theme, and everybody laughing at Dan's, hoodwinking of Bobby Legs. Um, hey Wolfie, what watch tours have you been doing lately? in Vegas?
Been to Rolex, one of the big Rolex places in town,
Oh,
Patek, right next door.
yeah.
Rolex in that one, they had a ton of display models. I mean, seems like they're growing up the amount of display stuff so you
Mm,
can really try on all kinds of stuff. They're all friendly, and I mean, inventory is the issue.
yeah.
And Patek has some, display models.
Anything
So
catch your eye? Anything you're like, that's pretty okay.
no, no, no. Patek is, most of it is too overpriced now, in my
Yeah,
opinion. So I don't really look at them.
yeah.
And then I tried to find the Mecha 10 Hublot in the boutique there. Same story, not available to see.
Mm,
Maybe able to order it, but and then we went to see Karan again. Checked out some of the stuff there. Found a Grand Seiko maybe for Katie. She's usually not a Grand Seiko girl, but she might be coming around for the one I think is perfect. So we'll see what she decides.
yeah.
And that was about it today, I think.
Mm, not too bad. Hey, I mean, are we gonna see a video on that her work soon, hopefully?
Um, maybe, maybe. I haven't done a video in a while.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to see one, man.
Oh,
This week.
thank you.
The next few days would be nice. Maybe Monday or Tuesday. Be nice to see one. Yeah.
Could be.
Okay.
I was thinking about doing more like theme videos. I don't know, discussing watch topics instead of reviews.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Do it. Like your, rewatch collection for under 10K.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Different ideas. A lot of the stuff we talk about, right? Yeah.
Like
Different.
Date Just Killer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. No, I would love to see more of those kind of videos. I would love to do them. I just don't have like I mean, the imagination.
Yeah, you
Uh,
totally do. Totally do.
I
You know, what I
wish
was thinking about doing too is more trying to get people, um, interviews, discussions, people making watches, people,
you're great at that.
watchmakers, stuff like that.
I mean, you had Sartori,
Mm-hmm.
Yard, the maker,
Yeah.
on, um,
Kettlears
eh,
wants to do one with us once he
that is
finishes that
awesome.
watch. Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be cool.
yeah.
I had a good time talking to Rick and Mike Margolis about Chapek and
Mm-hmm.
these kinds of videos. I think I'd like to do more like that.
Yeah. Don't forget, spring special on Cell straps, 25% off. Use code Sinking Ship. No, that'd be great. That I
Mhm.
think is in your wheelhouse. I mean, that's where I
Mhm.
think you really do shine. So I hope to see more of those for sure. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Really appreciate it. Chat again. Thank you for your contributions. You guys are the best. You make the show. You help make things go easier for me. I appreciate it. And don't forget, Sunday 9 p.m. Another episode of Watch Soup. Sanjay, Clayton and I are back after a 1 week break, and look forward to doing that and seeing you guys on Sunday. Anyway, guys, have a good evening, have a great weekend, and see you soon. Take care.
See you guys.
Good night.